Hi friends, now we are going to discuss the effect of temperature in deciding the path of the chemical reaction. The temperature will decide whether the reaction happens via SN or whether the reaction happens via elimination when everything else is same. Please remember, when everything else is same. That is why when the reaction is carried out at an elevated temperature, it is the elimination which predominates the substitution. Please remember it as a thumb rule that at higher temperature, elimination is favored. And at comparatively lower temperature, substitution is favored. So if you want the elimination product as a major product, we should go for higher temperature, and when we want the substituted product as a major product, then we should go for lower temperature. This can be clearly explained on the basis of dehydration of alcohols. Alcohols undergo two types of dehydration. One is intramolecular and other is intermolecular dehydration. I am going to write both the reactions on the board for your reference. Let us consider the intramolecular dehydration of alcohol. The reaction is carried out at a temperature of 443 Kelvin in presence of sulfuric acid as an acid catalyst. H and OH goes away, and what you get is an alkene. This is the intramolecular dehydration of alcohol. Let us consider now the intermolecular dehydration of alcohol. In the intermolecular dehydration of alcohol, one molecule loses H, the other molecule loses OH, so as to say, and what we get is an ether CH3CH2O CH2CH3. Thus you can see the product is reactant is same. In both the cases we have alcohol, but when we carry out a reaction at 443 Kelvin in presence of an acid, we get an alkene which proceeds through E1 mechanism, and when we use a temperature of 413 Kelvin, 413 Kelvin, what we get is an intermolecular dehydration. This intermolecular dehydration follows the path SN. If the alcohol is tertiary or secondary, it will follow SN1. If the alcohol is primary, it will follow SN2, but it is SN. From this discussion, it must be clear to you that at higher temperature, elimination happens, whereas at lower temperature, it is the substitution that happens. Let me write it as a thumb rule here. At a temperature of 443 Kelvin, the alcohols undergo intramolecular dehydration to give alkene, and this proceeds through E1 mechanism, which is elimination. Whereas at 413 Kelvin, the same alcohol molecule undergoes intermolecular dehydration to produce ether, which is either SN1 or SN2, depending upon the alcohol. Let us quickly see again the mechanism of both these reactions. Let us see the E1 mechanism at high temperature quickly. The sulfuric acid produces H+, which protonates this, forming OH2+. OH2+ gets rid of this particular bond. The bond shifts here, which results into loss of H plus, again 2 OH minus. And what happens is, this bond actually shifts here and this goes up. And what you get is an alkene CH2 double bond CH2. The proton which was incoming in the state 1 is outgoing in the last state, and what you get is an alkene. This is a classic example of even mechanism. Now let us see what happens at lower temperature, that is at 413 temperature. At lower temperature, if the alcohol is tertiary, that is, if alkyl group is a tertiary alkyl group, the first step that will happen is it will produce a carbocation, R plus and OH minus. This carbocation in the next state will go to oxygen. As oxygen has a lone pair of electrons, it will go to oxygen. Oxygen will form a bond with it, and we will have a situation. As oxygen has lost a pair of electrons to R plus, this is a coordinated bond. We can say that this is plus because it has donated a pair of electrons. As again, O plus is not at all happy, somehow it will try to get rid of the positive charge. It breaks up this bond, this goes away as H plus, and what we get is an ether, that is ROR. So if the alkyl group is tertiary in alcohol, it proceeds via SN1 mechanism, and what you get is an ether, obviously at low temperature. If this alkyl group is primary, then what will first happen, it will not break, but it will take up H plus and it will form this protonated alcohol ROH2 plus. The second molecule of alcohol now, ROH, will act as a nucleophile and will try to bind with this ROH2 plus. Again, this ROH2 plus will take up the electron from here, making it R plus. Oxygen will donate a lone pair of electrons, and you will ultimately get the same situation. This will again result into dropping of this H plus, and finally again you will get ether. The product is same, the mechanism is different. If the alcohol had been tertiary, it would have produced R plus. If the alcohol is primary, then it wouldn't have produced R plus. It would have simply got a protonated alcohol. The protonated alcohol would have acted by ROH, where O would have behaved as a nucleophile, and via SN2 mechanism, this bond is being formed, this bond is being broken, you will ultimately get ether. So from this discussion, it is clear that a high temperature favors elimination and a low temperature favors substitution. Now the reason for this is purely of academic interest and not of much importance when we are writing competitive exams, but all the same, let us quickly try to understand this. Let us consider eliminate substitution reaction. CH3CH2Cl reacts with alcoholic KOH. What we are going to get is CH2 double bond CH2 plus KCl plus H2O. Whereas when the reaction is substitution, what we get is CH3CH2OH plus KCl. This is elimination, this is substitution. You can see that in elimination, from two reactants we are going into three products. That is, the number of molecules have increased, and this results into a higher value of entropy. This is a concept from thermodynamics. If you are aware, then you will be able to understand. In this case, two molecules are forming two molecules only, so there will be a change, but compared to elimination, the change in the entropy will be less. Please remember, every time we are comparing the two things. So when it comes to elimination, as two molecules become three, there is a considerable increase in entropy compared to the increase in entropy of nucleophilic substitution, where two molecules are giving only two molecules. Now let us consider the Gibbs free energy equation. Delta G is delta H minus T delta S. For the reaction to be spontaneous, delta G needs to be negative. More negative the value of delta G, better is the reaction situation. So as you can see that as we increase the temperature, as delta S factor is higher for elimination, T delta S becomes more and more negative as temperature increases compared to that in substitution. As T delta S becomes more and more negative, delta G becomes more and more negative, T delta S becomes more and more positive, delta G becomes more and more negative, and that is why the spontaneity goes in favor of elimination. So it ultimately is decided by this delta S factor. As delta S is higher for elimination, T delta S becomes more negative compared to that for substitution. And at a particular temperature, so it will so happen that delta G for elimination will be much greater, more negative compared to delta G for substitution. Also, there can be one more factor, and that is activation energy. The activation energy for substitution is less at low temperatures. This can be one reason why the mechanism proceeds via substitution for low temperatures. It could be one of the reasons. But I really urge you not to go into the details of this reasoning. All you have to remember as a thumb rule is that other conditions remaining same, elimination dominates at a higher temperature and substitution dominates at a lower temperature. That is why intramolecular dehydration of alcohols is carried out at 443 Kelvin, which passes through even mechanism, whereas intermolecular dehydration of alcohols forming ethers, which follows either SN1 or SN2, proceeds at a lower temperature. Thank you very much.